Over the last 3 years, I've managed to own an average of 3 bikes per year. And it's not that I have deep pockets, nor is it a matter of me not knowing what I want. It's really a combination of a lot of things. One of them being that I live in a city that is a hot spot for mountain biking. And over the years that I've lived here, I have had the opportunity to cultivate some key relationships that have enabled me to swap out bikes without taking a hit in the wallet. Another thing is this YouTube channel. Although it's not big, it has opened doors for me, doors of opportunity to test out products, do some reviews, what have you. And through those relationships in this YouTube channel and living where I live, is how I've managed to be on one bike for a few months, sell it, trade it, hop on a different one. And as I stand here today, January 3rd, a couple of days into the new year, reflecting on what was, thinking about what will be, the one bike that I regret selling last year of the ones that I've owned is my Norco Fluid FSA2. I sent it, but I crashed. That bike currently sits at the top of my list as the most fun bike that I've owned, and the one out of all the bikes that I've owned, it is the one bike that I regret not having kept. And the reason for that is, it's very simple. This is a very, very straightforward bike. There's not a whole lot going on. It's simplicity at its best. 3 things. One, it was the price. I think it was $3,149 at the time that I bought it. The second thing, it's the geometry that's on that bike. It is a short travel 130, 140 trail bike with a very aggressive enduro geometry. And so it made it efficient on the climbs, but it was also very capable on the descents. And then the third thing was the build. Now for $3,149, the build was just right for anyone looking to get on a bike, not having to spend a whole lot of money. It was a solid build, even though I made it my own. And probably that is the thing that made me get so attached to it. It's that I really made that bike my own. I swapped out the suspension. I took out that Z2, Marzocchi Z2 140 travel fork and swapped it out for a Fox 36 160 mil travel, so I overforked it. I replaced the shock with a Topaz Gen 3 that I overstroked, and it took that travel from 130 to around 143 mils of travel. I had Industry 9 Enduro S carbon wheels. The build that it came with was spot on, but I took it even further. And I think having made it my own, it's really what had me so attached to that bike, so much so that when I needed to get rid of one, whether that one or the HD6, I almost got rid of the HD6 and kept the Fluid FS. And I guess today I wish I would have done that, because I was actually in the market for another short travel, aggressive trail type of bike. Here's one of the reasons why I like short travel, little ripper bikes. I was hoping that I could get back on the Fluid. I didn't. The market is just so horrible right now for selling. So I ended up trading my HD6 for the Specialized stump jumper that you see here. Now I find it interesting when I think back on all the bikes that I've owned, the bikes that I've gotten more attached to and that I've enjoyed the most are the bikes that actually cost the least amount of money, such as my Norco Fluid FS A2, which is an aluminum frame. And then here's the other one. I ended up selling my Specialized Crux, my gravel bike, and I ended up keeping my Walmart $249 Ozark Trail G1 Explorer gravel bike. I don't want to get too deep into, you know, the moral of the story is no, none of that, but take it for what it's worth. I don't know, I'm at a point where I've tried quite a few different bikes, and I am a believer now that it isn't so much, you know, how big of a price tag the bike has that determines how much fun it's going to be. There's a lot of other factors involved there, and we're not going to get into all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this video here. I hope that your new year is off to a great start. If you enjoy this video, if you at least found it interesting, entertaining, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, ride your own ride, and God bless.